On today's episode of Wild Ones, I take a deep dive into rock crushers under $2,000 made in America. Let's explore! Welcome and thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to my first video on gold from ore, tools to consider. But in today's video, I'll be taking a deeper dive and comparing 9 different machines with different options as far as jaw crushers and impact mills. So stay tuned. Here we go. So this video is meant for the small prospector who has very little funds but still cannot get away from getting the gold. If you've ever been out there in the field and found a little bit of gold bleeding out of the hillside out of quartz veins, or if you've done research online and found these quartz veins or ore sources, you're oftentimes going to be faced with the problem of unlocking that gold from the rock so that you can melt it down into a nice big button like this. So I've been researching this topic for several years now. I've made quite a few collections of ore, and just now and recently I finally got some backing to purchase a rock crusher. And so I'm going to be going through what I learned along the way, and in the end I'm going to be showing you the rock crusher that I'm getting with my backers. And I hope that these other 8 different methods and modes of rock crushing and the different benefits and pros and cons of each one I can share with you so that you can make an educated decision for yourself and get the most out of your money. So because we can't afford large turnkey systems like Mountain Baker Mining and Minerals sells for 20 to hundreds of thousands of dollars, beautiful systems, we have to look towards the small cost systems. Okay, coming in at the least expensive are the hand-driven rock crushers available on Amazon for 80 to 170 bucks. Boy, you gotta be pretty hard up to use those. Okay, the next least expensive and the first of the mechanically driven is this little orange chainsaw driven rock crusher for $200. This one's really interesting to me because it might be able to be paired with a lithium-ion driven chainsaw. I'm still looking into that, and if so, that takes this one all the way up into the top 4. I mean, come on guys, for just a few bucks more you can have something mechanically driven and just as portable as those hand-driven rock crushers. Looks like a screaming buy to me. Before I learned about the previous $200 chainsaw-driven rock crusher, I was very impressed by the Mighty Mill mini rock crusher. It sold quite a few models. There's 100% positive feedback, $375, and free shipping. So this one also is very attractive if you have a very low entry point. There's also a demonstration link, and the Mighty Mill is available in a variety of really cool looking colors, including hot pink. So that way you can get your girlfriend or wife to buy it for herself, or convince her to buy it for you just because she likes the color. So there you have it, the Mighty Mill, driven by a little circular lithium-ion saw. And at only 14 pounds, it's very portable, so I'm considering this very hard about purchasing one. I like the way it just looks like it's a small 1 or 2 person company business, and I just really want to support small USA business owners. So I hope you'll think about that too, Wild Ones. Now this handheld rock crusher is in the same method as the previous Mighty Mill, a little bit more expensive. Looks like the welds aren't as good, but I haven't seen any videos released on it either, but I just wanted to throw it in here because it is available. It looks to be the competitor, so if maybe someone else buys it and wants to post a review to this, that would be great. Next up, we've got the Cobra handheld rock crusher. It's the third of these types of handheld rock crushers, and Jeff Williams did a review of this one and the Mighty Mill, and it seems that the Mighty Mill came out on top. But just again, if you want to get the Cobra, here it is, and leave your own opinion. We'd love to know. And that concludes the tiny handheld and hand-powered rock crushers, and where I come out among those is I'm in love with the Mighty Mill. I really want to get me a little Mighty Mill, so let me know in the comments where you guys come out. So if the little chainsaw driven rock crusher can be driven by a lithium-ion battery, then that would make it slightly more of an advantage to have than the Mighty Mill. But as far as I know, the Mighty Mill seems to be the best option because I see that it's driven by a lithium-ion battery no problem. So that's the one I'm going to be getting in the future, unless I see that the chainsaw one can be driven by a battery. Okay, moving on up in power and then price, we have the first of two jaw crushers that I'll be talking about today. This is a really neat product. I came across this a couple months ago in my search, and you can't find too many jaw crushers for less than $1,000 or less than $2,000. And this one is really neat because it's got a 1 horsepower motor on it. It sits over a bucket. And it weighs, let's see here, 60 pounds, only 60 pounds. So that can be taken to sites very easily. The Keene that I'll be talking about later weighs 85 pounds, which is a similar, but it's a similarly sized crusher, a different method. But here you go, the Gold Belt Global, beautiful little machine. I'm not as excited about it because of the price, but I do like it because it's a jaw crusher. So this could be used in combination with an impact mill. The Gold Belt Global Jaw Crusher has an input range of 2.75 inches by 4 inches, pretty big for such a portable little machine. And the output range is adjustable from all the way down to 1/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. And they show the specifications on percent that passes through a 30 mesh on the website, so check it out. Okay, so that's one very nifty and mobile jaw crusher for about $1,100. Now let's talk about the second jaw crusher, which is heavier duty, weighing a couple 100 pounds instead of 65, is this TECHTONGDA. As shown on eBay, and on Amazon it's shown as a different company. So we'll proceed with the eBay models because they're cheaper. And as far as I could tell, these were American companies, but it looks like the same manufacturers is being redistributed with different electric motors on between eBay and Amazon. So Amazon's a little more pricey, so let's look at the eBay specs. So we have to choose a jaw crusher for the combination of jaw crusher to pulverizer, and I've shown you the portable one, and now I've shown you the heavier duty one, which takes about 1500 watts and a 220 volt source. Okay, wild ones, so there's really just two options for jaw crushers in our combination system at this low cost. Alright, so moving away from the jaw crushers, since there is only two under 2,000 to cover, I'm going to be showing you the INTBUYING electric hammer mill. Now this is a pretty interesting little unit, as you can see here, the insides. This is probably the one hammer mill I'm going to go ahead and recommend on this video. I'd like to recommend it based on its low cost, because it's under $1,500 with shipping. It's actually only $1,075 with shipping. And here you can see the details on the warranty and returns. So TECHTONGDA has a number of different models and varieties, so I encourage you to check out that specific brand. It's somewhat new to me, but I'm learning about it with you. You can see even the step above the one that I just recommended, there's a 3 kilowatt model that is still within the parameters of this video. So TECHTONGDA really coming through with the low cost, interesting jaw crushers and impact mills, hammer mills. But for my purposes, I had to go with a flail mill or a chain mill. So let's move on from these impact hammer mills, hammer crushers from TECHTONGDA. And if anybody gets a hold of one of these and can let me know how it works, I'm a little concerned about recommending it because a lot of the times I just see it being used for glass, but sometimes it does say rock in the description. Okay, next up is the first chain mill and that I'll be covering here, one of two, and you can see it's a little bit of a pricier of the models, actually exceeds the criteria of my own video here, but you can get the 11-inch drum instead, and that brings it back down to $1,500 to $1,800. Yeah, here's a screen capture of the motorless option for $1,350 plus $100 for shipping would make it $1,450 without a motor. But for my money, there's just too many interesting alternative rock crushers to settle for the K&M. But good luck if you decide to get a K&M. There's a lot of videos out there regarding it. Alright, this second to last rock crusher, the one right before the one that I'm buying with my backers, is the Keene. This was a close runner-up to what we were going to get. It's mobile, but it's quite pricey, but yet you're getting what you pay for because it's got that Keene brand name that we all love and trust, and it's got a kind of a unique method of shattering the rock by throwing it into a shatter plate. So the Keene RC1 is undeniably a premium product, but yeah, with the GForce it seems like you get the power of a bigger rock crusher and the mobility of a smaller rock crusher, and the price sort of is a little bit higher than either. So that's why you get such a premium product with the Keene rock crusher. I wish I could get one, but we went ahead with a different type, and that's what I want to show you now. Whew, okay, you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. And now for the grand finale. I've covered the small, the hand-driven, the lithium-ion driven, the bucket, over bucket types, the chain types, the jaw types, and now the great unveiling of what we're actually gonna get. I'm so excited. This is 6 years in the making, people. You don't understand. But we're finally made the decision to go with Patriot Mining, the 13-inch rock crusher. It's a chain-driven rock crusher like the K&M, but it's a lot cheaper, and it's a small, very small company, Patriot Mining, and it's Marty over there who's making them for us. So thank you, Marty. We really appreciate you making a good rock crusher for us. Looking forward to using it. So I hope you can check him out and give him a call, and he'll be happy to make you one. He's got a little bit of a waiting list because he's in such high demand because he's given such a great deal. So that's the Thor crusher line from Patriot Mining. That's what all these years of research have led up to, is this big decision. So we're certainly not going to stop with this, and maybe we'll upgrade because his machines are really awesome. They just vaporize the rock one pass into dust. So check out his demonstration video on his website, and we'll be posting videos using ours here in a month or so. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you like rock crushing and you got the gold fever like me, I give you the advice that people have given me: be the rock crusher, not the ore. Okay, and just one last thing to mention is if you're in this business, you're going to need a big cone mold or a small one. Small ones are easier to come by online, but I'm offering you the Lava Lover, the giant cone mold that replaces these commercial ones for over $500 and $1,000, $1,200. Here it is, the Lava Lover. My friend Dan, he's an 80-year-old gentleman. He works with me on this and fabricates these on demand. We haven't sold a single one yet, so help us out. We're trying to provide you a nice value, and we're struggling out here. Help me help you, please. And we can't really see those available on the market, so if you are into the same things I'm into, like Mount Baker mining, and you need a big cone mold for a lot less than what's available, contact me on my email and we'll set you up for a lot less than what you can see online. So check out the screen captures, and that's what I'm talking about, making a big gold button using a cone mold without paying $500 for it. So thank you for your time. Rock crushing sure is a great area, and I'm sure there'll be more to say about it later. But the point of this video is really to help establish a portal for you to come back to and do your own research and have a consolidated spot for all the data that someone else has already done the research for. So good luck on your decisions, and thanks again for joining me. Good luck, wild ones.